Hello, it's only Steve again. Just thought I would introduce you to one of my little friends. Here is Stumpy. Now he's one of two degus I have. I did have three, but sadly the third one, Nibbles, passed away a few weeks ago. And now I'm just left with this one here, Stumpy, who's the one that wriggles the most in your hand. Well, correct myself, wriggles the least in my hand. And the other one in the cage is Cheeky. Now, to be quite honest, you'd say that both of these are quite cheeky little animals. I mean, look at that. How cute are these things? Yes, that's degus for you. Now, a hamster would never ever let you do that to it. Now, I put my hand in the cage and I literally grabbed hold of him. Well, not grabbed like that, but got him out, rattled the peanut bag, and out he came. You get a reward for doing that. Just going to move my laptop onto my lap. That's better. Now, I've had these since May of 2010, which means that they're probably about a year and 6 months, probably about more than 18 months old now. And they're ever so easy to look after. They don't smell, they don't bite. Their food costs about £5 for 3 months. The bedding's cheap. The only kind of expensive outlay would be a cage, and they can cost quite a lot. But the plus side is they don't cost much to feed, they don't smell much, and they live for a long time. I mean, personally, I don't see why people should get wee Johnny or Jemima, a hamster or a gerbil, for them to come down one day and thinking, wee Fluffy hasn't woken up. It's dead. Oh no, it's dead! And I'm having nightmares because they only live for about a year or two at the very most or whatever. These, on the other hand, can live from between 5 and 8 years. Which is quite good. And it's quite fun, quite entertaining to watch, especially when they're having a dust bath or they're on their plastic wheel while having a little argument in the cage over the peanuts. I'm quite glad to have got them, because they cheer me up when I'm not feeling so good. But I soon forget about that when I see these cute little things. I mean, look at these eyes. I mean, they are very similar to squirrels in the way they look, but they're actually closer related to chinchillas and guinea pigs. And they're sort of about the size, they look kind of like a cross between a squirrel and a larger gerbil. But they're not too big. I mean, he won't get any bigger than that. Well, he probably is fatter than what he was. Probably because he's the alpha male. Well, they're all males, and I can't put any females in there for population explosion. Having said that, when these things are born, degus, goos as I like to call them, they are born with their eyes open and fully furred up, which is quite an advantage really when you think of other kind of little jelly beans when they're born, and they tend to be born blind and with no hair and at the mercy of the elements. But I suppose in the wild, being born with being able to see and with your fur on is sort of like an advantage, especially when you're at the mercy of hawks and foxes and other kind of animals which sort of will prey on these little creatures. Chilean farmers may look at these as being a bit of a pest, but they don't spread diseases, and they were first discovered, I think it was in the 50s, and then they were used, I think it was discovered that they couldn't really sort of metabolize sugar properly, and they were sort of used into diabetes research, and they realized that they're actually incredibly intelligent and friendly. And then the pet trade got a hold of them. You probably haven't heard, some of you out there probably don't even know what degus are, but they are a lot more common now, and they're very popular because of their gentle natures. They're about as popular as chinchillas, which are a bit bigger than them. Now you have to put these in a metal cage because they can't be destructive if you put them in anything that's plastic. Anything that's plastic will be chewed to bits in 5 seconds. Having said that, the wheel is plastic. Though they chew on it, they haven't destroyed it, and it's been quite a good purchase for them, I think. Most of my friends like them. There are very few dissenters that think, oh, I don't like rats. That's not a rat. A rat has smaller eyes, smaller ears, a more pointed nose, and a much longer tail. Now he should have a slightly longer tail, but he lost part of it. An extra few centimetres with a sort of like a brush tip. Even then, that's still nowhere near as long as a rat's tail, which is sort of like whip-like and hairless. And rats have got a habit of urinating all over you. Whereas if these things pee on you, it's usually just a tiny little drop. And I don't mind them pooping on me because it's dry, it's not like dog turds. So you may be thinking, why should they get degus as pets? Well, they're easy to keep clean, they're fun to have, and they give you hours of entertainment, even just watching them. And you can let them out the cage, but it is best to keep letting them out in an area like a lobby where you can shut doors so they don't get under any kind of places where you can't get a hold of them, and to make sure they've got plenty of toys and things to keep them occupied and to give them regular attention, because they do like your attention, and they will seek your attention by like banging on the cage if they're wanting peanuts or if they're wanting out. So if you're thinking of a pet to get for your children, or just for yourself, something different instead of a cat or a dog or a fish, or a gerbil or a hamster, go for a completely different type of rodent altogether. Pets at Home and other independent pet shops have these, and they tend to cost about £50 or less for a pair. But I've seen people on YouTube have cages with up to about 8 of them, and they all, even though they may fall out with each other at times, someone's just shat on me, they do love each other. They're very happy little creatures, and they love to snuggle into one another. They are cute. So, they come recommended with me, and that's all I'm going to say. I'll sign off just now, and just hope that you found this little video about what I said about these degus interesting without you falling asleep. And I'll say goodbye for now. Take care, and I'll get back on with another video pretty soon. Bye now.